Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra with me, Shail Patnagar, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Looking good as of now on the Nifty. If you look at the current levels, it's at 24,451, 112 points higher in trade. So we are at the high point of the day. The Nifty Bank is something which is definitely supporting this sharp momentum. 2% higher for the Nifty Bank Index today. Remember, it's the Fin Nifty expiry as well. 52,300 on the Nifty Bank, a 1,046 point of a jump on the Nifty Bank. Lily, what's firing this is the Nifty PSU banking space. 3.2% higher for the index. It's coming back with full force. Top moving sectoral index. Financial services are up by over 2%. Nifty Bank as a whole, like I said, is 2% higher. Private banks are also now 1.5% higher in trade. What else is supporting the markets? Mid and small caps are also slowly and gradually coming back, 0.5% gains for these. You have the realty, metal stocks, consumer durables also participating in this rally. Top movers on the Nifty are BEL, which is now up almost 5%. State Bank of India, another 4.5% higher in trade. Eicher Motors is driving in the fast lane, 3.2% higher. SBI Life and ICICI Bank. These are all the stocks that are upwards of 3%, contributing to the gains on the Nifty as well. When we look at the PSE index also, the Public Sector Enterprises Index, which was absolutely flat in the morning now, has also further moved up in trade, 1.5% higher for this one, of course, led by BEL. You have the power financiers also now pulling up. PFC and REC both at the day's high, almost 5% higher. Concor, HAL, BHEL, NTPC, NHPC, they're all in full throttle right now. Good afternoon, Shail.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the risk on trade is back, and I'll request the PCR to fire an intraday chart of the Nifty. This is an innings which both Mr. Sunil Gavaskar and Mr. Rahul Dravid would be very, very proud of. Ever since morning, I have been saying that the yesterday's low will be tested. So 2418 was yesterday's low. Today's low is 24,140, more or less there. And from then on, it's been a very slow and steady climb. You're most likely to see 24,490 again. That was yesterday's high. And if the signs are right, Sakshi, you will have a close above yesterday's high. That is what I am looking at. And without a doubt, banks. For 2 days, we've been talking about ICICI Bank on the long side. Please believe me, this will hit a record high. So 1357 is the record high, but we've been talking about the record high since yesterday. SBI, the bounce is fabulous. A 4.9% bounce is coming in from 200 DMA. And more importantly, it is coming after very, very strong set of numbers given by Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank. We are waiting for Canara Bank today, and this is SBI, a stock that you need to look forward to. HDFC Bank, we've been saying since last week, will be used by sophisticated traders to make you believe that all is well, and they will be bashing the other part of the market, and HDFC Bank will be used along with Reliance to keep the ship steady as far as the index is concerned. So all told, this is a great innings by the Nifty, adequately helped by the Nifty Bank. Sakshi, 1,000 points higher on the Nifty Bank.
Yes.
Just imagine a 2 percentage point move, and I have always believed that when a 2 percentage point move comes after a steep correction, it is the start of a new trend. I'll request the PCR to kindly file the longer term chart of Nifty Bank. This is something that needs to be kept in mind, that just 1 day after this reversal has started, you have a nearly 2 percentage point, the intraday chart please. Today the gap up, today the move is 2 percentage points. Yes. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the start of a new trend. Keep in mind ICICI Bank in particular and SBI. These two will drive the movement upwards, and let's at the same breath look at all-time highs today. This is something that is of critical importance. Where is the money going into? So MCX, PPL Pharma and Gillette, we have discussed all three in the morning show. Sakshi.
Okay, yes, so that's something that we will be looking at. In fact, SBI has now moved to the top spot. You have almost a 4.8% move on this one. And apart from this, let's also look at the F&O space. Federal Bank, SBI, Manappuram Finance, BEL, these are all the spaces that are buzzing right there. Even on the broader markets, let's see where the momentum is building up. Several stocks that are pulling up in trade. Brain Bees Solutions, a recently listed stock. This is the parent company of First Cry. 10.5% higher. Gillette has been moving after the earnings over 10% up. It's been holding on to that position. We also have stocks like Sumitomo Chemicals now coming back in action. We had Devina Mehra talking about how some of these stocks, she believes chemicals could be in the thick zone now going forward. Ami Organics is also about 12% higher in trade. So keep an eye out on the chemical space. Capacite Infra is up about 11 odd percent. You also have stocks like Vedant Fashions. This is the parent company of Manyavar. So again, the festive spirit really coming in into those retail players as well. Time to welcome our guests on the show. We have Swati Hotkar, AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang joining in. And we also have Mr. Kranti Batini, Director of Equity Research at Mill Securities, also joining right in. Warm welcome to both of you and thank you so much for taking the time out. Here's wishing you both a very happy Dhanteras and upcoming Diwali, and hope it turns out to be a fantastic one for each of you, your teams, as well as your family members at large as well. Quickly, Swati, let me come to you and ask you, how are you looking at this green which is continuing for 2 days in a row? Thankfully, today in the morning it didn't seem like it would continue, but the second half has actually surprised us. So 2 days of greens are definitely something that the bulls were waiting for after 4 weeks of continuous sell-off. This is more than welcome.
Good afternoon. As of now, we are witnessing a very good momentum rally, and Bank Nifty has stealed the show almost. It has been up by almost 2% on the higher sides. Now, Sakshi, the only point is that Bank Nifty has crossed the important moving averages, say the 1500, but the Nifty has not yet crossed that levels. Now, the only concern is that on the technical front, on 18th of October, we have seen that the Bank Nifty was facing a very strong resistance of 52,500. If it manages to clear that resistance zone, then only we can see more upside momentum on the higher side. If not, then again we might witness some sort of a profit book. On the Nifty front, as of now, the indices is trading below the short-term moving averages, say the 1500 DMA. On the higher side, 24,600 will act as a very crucial resistance levels. So unless until it doesn't break that level, I will not say the major up move rally can be started from here onwards. Let the both the indices gives the breakout levels on the mentioned resistance level, then only we can see the clear cut uptrend on the Nifty or the Bank Nifty. But definitely stocks are really shown a very good kind of a reversals from on the technical front. So I can say that it's a stock specific market rather than Nifty or the Bank Nifty. Probably in the coming 1 to 2 days after the Lakshmi Pujan, we might hit some profit booking again back to the market.
Fair point. And Swati, amongst the strongest Nifty stocks, which do you believe will take the Nifty above 21 EMA if that happens?
Yeah, I will suggest that probably IT Pack will take the Nifty on the high side because already the Bank Nifty has given a very good performance. IT Pack or the mid cap counters will show some sort of a good performance in the next week. If I'm seeing IT Pack, then definitely Wipro looks very positive on the technical front. Why I'm saying that on the monthly chart, if you look towards the trend line, the stock has given the breakout of almost 2 to 3 years downward sloping trend line. And along with the price momentum, the volumes are slowly and steadily is moving on the higher sides. I believe if anyone is looking for a longer term horizon, definitely this counter looks very promising at the current level because the risk reward ratio is in our favor. Currently, the counter is trading at 560 odd levels. One can definitely go for a long positions by keeping a stop loss of a 540. Immediate target I'm looking for a shorter term horizon is 600 to 640 levels. So
Right.
this is the one counter looks very promising from the Nifty 50 pack.
Okay, let me get Kranti also on board the discussion right now. Mr. Patini, do you think the bottom has been made on the Nifty for at least now? And is there going to be still some more hiccup after the festivities are done?
Yeah, Sakshi and Shail. Good afternoon and happy Dhanteras to you all. There was a saying in the past few weeks, the 2 p.m. ghost on the stock markets. Today on the Dhanteras Eve, the ghost has turned as an angel today. The markets are bottomed out, seems to be, and we are in a positive territory. That's what I can sense at this point of time. But the global uncertainty is still carrying on. It's weighing on the markets at this point of time. Uh, at 24,000 we can is the level we are strongly looking in the medium to short term. As long as market is not violated that level, we will be in a positive territory at this point of time. But still, this correction given some kind of opportunities, and wherever the froth is there, we can see that frothy situation has been going out of the market, and valuation for certain pockets, certain stocks have been turning positive at this point of time. That makes the market look very attractive. Of course, there was a froth in the market, and to lose that froth, it's a painful process, and that's what we witnessed in the market. But still, the global uncertainties have been weighing on the markets fundamentally, the US elections, and also the geopolitical issues, how they are going to turn and how they're going to create pressure on the market. That's where the real concern for a make any kind of serious investment decisions in Indian market. But medium to short term, there are some opportunities. There can be some trades one can execute in the medium to short term. But still, the long term worries are still on in the markets at this point of time.
Okay, fair point. Kranti, before Sakshi asked a question to you, I had this query in my mind. So, is the Kranti of the bears over in the market? अब आराम
Yeah,
कर रही हैं नहीं?
definitely. Uh, yeah, Shell. Okay. Wherever the opportunity is there, okay. Sometimes we do like bears, okay. They create the opportunity. Bulls can create euphoria, but the real bears only create the opportunities for the investors like me.
Okay, wonderful. So, Bulls get Best Actor Award and Bears get Best Supporting Actor Award.
Definitely, but
Okay.
it's a scary situation whenever the bears become active on the market.
Okay. Before this show started, the Nifty was sub 24,400, and I had told Sakshi that I'm looking and feeling that 24,500 will come, at least
Yeah.
24,490 will come. So we are 9 points away. Sakshi, I withdraw my bet. I have won.
New par jayega. I believe there are still 22 minutes more to go. It can also cross that level and further up. Swati, will that happen?
See, 24,500 definitely it will come probably in a few minutes also. But we need to keep a watch whether the closing should be there at least for 1 to 2 trading session. Then we can say that this kind of a rally is likely to be continued in the coming few trading sessions or not.
Okay. You know what? Let's look at Ola Electric. We haven't touched this stock for far too long. Why am I talking about it? It's fallen below the IPO price as well. Let's quickly look whether it is still below the IPO price. Remember, it was 76. It went below. It's again come back at 76.29. Mr. Batini, should one still stay away looking at all the issues that the company is grappling with related to the customer complaints that are continuously rising for the company, or is below IPO price an attractive zone?
Sakshi, just a fortnight back, the stock was jumping, and post listing, the stock has given stellar returns. From there onwards, the real story started, and we have witnessed profit booking and the entire saga of negative events that happened on social media and all. But for me, on a fundamental basis, the level at the present, any dip from this level looks very attractive to me for Ola Electric, because they're going to launch their own Bharat battery starting from the next financial year. Okay, that's where their margins are expected to go up. And this is a new interesting theme that's emerging in India, electric two-wheeler space is concerned. The dominance is going to be with the electric two-wheelers. So at this level, definitely, if the investors have high risk appetite, it's not for the risk averse investors. Definitely for a high risk appetite investors, one can start taking the positions in volatility from this price range.
Fair point. Swati, would you want to comment on the chart structure of PNB after yesterday's numbers? I believe the guidance on gross non-performing assets have been improved dramatically. What are the charts telling you?
Sanjay, if I'm not mistaken, you have asked me a question about the PNB bank, right?
Yes.
Yes. On the technical front, as of now, the counter is trading in the formations of the low top, slow bottom only. And on the higher side, it has a very strong resistance of 108 rupees, which is a resistance provided by the short-term moving average. So as long as it trades below that level, my view will remain a cautious to negative itself. This is a short-term pullback rally we are witnessing, but probably such kind of a pullback rally will be a short-lived. So I will not suggest to a major reversal I am witnessing at the current levels. But definitely, yes, pullback rally we are likely to witness up to 108 to 110 levels. So this is the view as of now, but not much positive on this particular stock.
Okay, we'll thank you, Swati, on that note for being with us on this special edition to share all your views. Hope you have a fantastic day ahead on Dhanteras and wonderful festivities of Diwali. And we'll see you soon right after. Mr. Batini, PSU banks, you know, the way they have pulled back, I mean, 3.7% higher in trade today. 2 days in a row, these stocks have been coming back in momentum, and today it's like, you know, one-way rally that's again, I think, bringing back the focus of all those investors who were riding on the PSU theme in the one-way up rally. Do you think the flavor will come back for good now? Should one jump onto the bandwagon or not yet?
After a long consolidation on a relative basis, the valuations looks attractive on a longer term perspective. SBI and Bank of Baroda, names like Canada Bank and PNB, okay, these are our preferred picks in uh, PSU banks are concerned. On a longer term perspective, the valuations looks very attractive. PSU banks after this long consolidation, Sakshi.
Kranti, what has been your gut feel about the second quarter earnings that have come in? Very, very few sparks of growth, of margin expansion and profit growth. Uh, where do you think should money be deployed given uh, the sheer lack of whether you have a profit expansion or growth? Where do you think money should go in now?
Yeah, very interesting question, Shail, was to me. And yeah, definitely this quarter is a mixed quarter in terms of the earnings. So we have not witnessed any kind of earning expansion, or also very cautiously optimistic commentary coming from the many of the managements. But for a medium to longer term perspective, definitely banking and financial services can be on one's watch list. Any dip from this level also can be a warranted buy for the investors for a medium to longer term perspective. Uh, uh, Market has been waiting for a early rate cut, but there seems to be no sign of. So most probably one rate cut can make these banking and financial services very attractive. What banks have been facing at this point of time is a stringent liquidity condition, and also the credit expansion is okay at this point of time. But for the real uh, structure of banking and financial services, one early rate cut can really boost the earnings of the company at this point of time. But on a relative basis, what looks attractive at this point of time? Healthcare looks very attractive. Pharma looks very attractive. Even in fact, the FMCG also disappointed in terms of the earnings are concerned due to excess monsoon in some parts of the country, and also floods in some part. So everybody have their excuses to give at this point of time. But we don't see any kind of earning surprises on upside in the Q2 quarter is concerned.
Okay. Since we were talking about the public sector banks, I wanted to extend the conversations to PSUs at large as well. Where else are you looking at for comfort after the recent correction within the PSU, sir? Do you think someone should look at the defense pack, which was, sharply, which corrected sharply and was one of the worst affected in this last 1 month of a crash? Stocks like BEL, HAL, they're coming back in flavor. We can see some bounce return on even the shipbuilders that have been martyred. How are you really looking at some such stocks?
Yes, actually, everyone is looking at one side. The stocks are corrected from their highs nearly 30 to 40%. But also, we need to consider the stocks in last 18 to 24 months, they have become the multi-baggers for many of the investors who invested a year back. So, some kind of froth has been taken out of these counters. But still, on a medium to longer term is concerned, these stocks, the names what we discussed, still can deliver a mid-teen kind of returns at this range also. So investors, one can add, still consider names like Cochin Shipyard, Garden Reach, and Mazgaon Dockyard. Given the kind of strong order book and earning visibility is concerned, one can add these stocks. Still, they can give mid-teen returns from these levels also.
So actually, what has actually happened is the PE has corrected substantially. So let me just try and see if I can get that data for you. Yes, I'm requesting the PCR to fire the longest possible chart structure of Cochin Shipyard, and here is something very interesting that I'll share. Uh, Okay, please allow me a bit of time. I am a very bad guy when it comes to technology. Okay, so this is the longest term chart, and from April 2024, when the stock was 1176, the PE was 42. At 3000 rupee levels, the PE was 85. So the PE doubled. And now the PE is back to 42. So what has happened in this rise is that the PE has also, how should I say, calmed down. And from now on, Sakshi, after this 50% correction from peak, you will see fresh order inflows and a new set of investors will come in to take this higher. And that is the beauty of markets. It's visible in every chart in the defense space. Whenever you find time, look at Mazgaon chart, look at Garden Reach in particular, and Cochin in particular, which we've already shown you. And at 42, 43 PE, in a growth stock with all the pain points that you can think of, you will have value coming back. Sakshi.
Absolutely.
Well, just to add,
Yeah.
a year back or 18 months back, whenever I used to come on your show, I used to name these stocks. Even in fact, Sachi would have bored with my commentary on these stocks. Now, after 18 months later, these stocks have turned as multi-baggers for the investors.
Let's again look at some of the other PSUs again, which have been in thick flavor while the things were hunky dory for them. Hutco, 8% higher in trade today. That's how the stock has moved up. Let's pull up the chart of Hutco to see how is it trading today. I think it's the day's high for sure, but last 15-20 minutes is when the peak has really happened. 220 odd levels for this one. Mr. Patini, would you look at Hutco and tell us, is the worst over for this one, and should one look at the stock afresh?
Sakshi, for a serious investment kind of uh, uh, investment in Hutco or any kind of PSU stocks are concerned, we don't. These are the just some kind of bounce backs that are coming. We need to see how these rallies are, these spikes are going to sustain or not. Okay, some kind of bottom fishing has been taking place right now, but we don't expect a kind of rally what we witnessed previously. All the PSU stocks are going up. Okay, one need to be cautious. People might say breakout, but whether it is a false breakout or the right breakout, we need to see.
Okay. So that's as far as some of these PSUs are concerned. Let me just reiterate some of the other NBFCs that are, rising in trade today on the back of these sharp moves that are coming in. Again, stocks within the brokerage houses, housing finance companies. Home First Finance is up 8.5%. Poonawalla FinCorp is up 7%. Manappuram Finance is up 5%. IFL Finance, SBFC Finance, Edelweiss, they're all upwards of 4% higher. Fed Bank Financial Services, Motilal Oswal, 361 WAM. These are erstwhile favorites that are all coming back in flavor. Within the larger NBFC space, Mr. Batini, what stocks do you like right now at the current levels?
The housing finance, Sakshi, or the NBFC space you are asking?
NBFC at large, yeah.
NBFC at large, for me, the valuations looks attractive for names like Pyramid Enterprises and Bajaj, as usual. Okay, these are my favorite picks. But Pyramid is for the high risk appetite investors. The stock was in a long consolidation phase. Okay, they're coming up with their new products, product launching, and it's due for a rally as per Pyramid Enterprises is concerned. So investors long-term horizon attracted to me at point of time. So at every dip, we can accumulate Pyramid Enterprises. Medium to longer term.
So 3:21, 9 minutes to go. I'll request Kranti to think of maybe one or two stocks that he may want to carry forward for tomorrow. That's purely optional. The only thing that is not allowed is buying a put. It's banned. So two stocks that you can think of. Meanwhile, just let me go through the markets. Actually, it's been a great day for the Bank Nifty. A 5% uptick on State Bank of India. I can't remember the last time that has happened, but this is a fabulous day on SBI, 5.2% higher. Federal Bank is 8.5% higher. And of course, PNB is driven by earnings, therefore 3% higher. Can Bank will have earnings today, so 3% higher.
It's already
and
come out.
It's already come out?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just look at Can Bank earnings. And of course, you have ICICI Bank, the star of the show. And that's because on Saturday, the one that's gone by, they declared earnings, and it was a fabulous set of numbers. The rally started on Monday. It's on Tuesday, and tomorrow you will see a record high on ICICI Bank. What are the numbers on Canara Bank's action?
So profit is up 11% at 4,015 crores. That's a year on year. We are also seeing the NP and the slippage ratio also improve on a YoY basis as well. If I look at the asset quality also, the gross NPA ratio has improved by 103 basis points. And now it's at 3.7%. Net NPA is now 0.9%, improving 42 basis points as well. So asset quality is definitely improved. Provision coverage ratio is improved by 216 basis points as well. We've seen the global business increase by 9.5%. Domestic deposits have grown by 8.5% as well. For the bank, it's the RAM, the retail, agri and MSME, where the bank's core focus is. The credit has increased by 11.5% to over 5.7 lakh crores. This is a year-on-year thing. While retail lending portfolio is up by 31%. That's the kind of number that's coming in. So strong numbers coming in.
Fair point. And on Senco Gold, Sakshi, you mentioned a 15% downtick in the morning. It seems it was a fat finger trade.
Okay.
So a dealer, whoever that poor dealer was, put in a wrong quote in the morning, and that dip has been purchased. So 1166 is where the counter is, still down 4%, but it had gone down all the way to 1035, which so happened to be the 200-day moving average also. So that's how it is. You win some, you lose some, but that was a fat finger trade that needs to be addressed by the market. But whoever bought it is very happy, whoever sold it is in pain. What can be done? Let's look at the top traded counters, and it's the look that matters, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what I am going to tell you. Okay. Now, in the first 20 top traded counters by volume, actually 21, because Vari is not in NSE 500, but it's actively traded. I think it's the top traded counter today again, and it's in the green. So by and large, it's a green show. Out of 22, 15 are in the green. So you have, Sirma Technologies, Sakshi, is amongst the top traded today, 1381 crores, 15% higher. Dixon is back in action. On earnings date had fallen by 3,000 rupees, now up 4.8%. Federal, Masgaon in the green. Okay, Bajaj Finance is recouping. You marked BEL, I marked PNB. NTPC. Krantiji, NTPC subsidiary has got a SEBI nod for a 10,000 crore IPO. All those who have NTPC shares will get confirmed allotments in the ratio that the company decides. It's not as if you put in 10,000 and you'll get 10,000 confirmed. Kranti.
Yeah, NTPC, we are long on the stock, and we have been advocating investors to buy at every dip with respect to NTPC is concerned. Power is going to be one of the interesting theme, Shail, and we are going to witness a strong rally in power stocks. Still, the stocks are due for a strong rally. So power is one of the interesting key sector to look forward for next 18 months or 2 years. The kind of demand what we are seeing right now, and also the alternative energy, the green energy. This is the sector that's going to live in the next couple of years. So NTPC is one of the stock to look at. And Shail, I'm not a we don't advocate for a medium. We don't advocate for a couple of days trade and all. Since you asked the carry-on trades to select, State Bank of India still looks very interesting at this point of time. Investors can add State Bank of India for a medium to long term at this price range. Bank of Baroda still looks at this point of time. Canara Bank, we need to analyze the results, but still on a medium to longer term perspective, still Canara Bank is a long carry trade for the investors. One can buy these stocks at this range also for a medium to longer term perspective.
Okay, so let me, stick my neck out. I rarely do it. Last time I did it for Indus Towers, and a lot of people made a lot of money. So November will be the month for SBI. Let this expiry end, and we've seen an all-time high of 1 second.
And these kind of markets, investors need to look for the margin of safety, which should be the real template and quality stocks to be their portfolio. So if they miss the price also, but at the end of the day, one need to carry the quality stocks in their portfolio. That's where the real comfort comes from these names.
Okay, fair point. And at the moment, Sakshi, SBI is trading at a PE of 10.9. It's for a stock of this caliber, it's at what, maybe a 50% discount, maybe a 60% discount to Nifty's PE. Forget anything else. And the all-time high is 892. So maybe in November you'll see 892 again. Hopefully that is how the trend is. Whenever, ladies and gentlemen, you have a stock bouncing more than 2 percentage points from its 200-day moving average, it's the beginning of a new trend. Just keep that in mind. At least what will happen is that the previous trend will die. The stock might not reverse that much sharply, but let's hope that the worst is behind us. The last time you saw 1899 was actually on June 3rd. So it's a nice 6-month, 5-month correction that's already happened. 329, ladies and gentlemen. I think 24,450 will be with the bulls today, and I'm really very happy with this. Intraday low was 24,140, and it's a 300-point uptick, ladies and gentlemen, a triple century by the Nifty from day's low. One of the best innings that I've seen, Sakshi.
All right, so ending on a very positive note, and that's what the bulls really are elated about. We hope this momentum continues till the Muhurat trading and even beyond it as well. Well, thank you so much, Kranti, for being with us on this special edition to share with us all your views. We hope you have a great time in the festivities till we meet you next. Yet again, happy Dhanteras and Diwali to you. Well,
Thank you.
closing
Greetings
trades
to both
now
of you.
upon us. You can see 24,456 finally on the Nifty. It's frozen at 117 points higher in trade. The Nifty Bank is the winner, 2% up, 52,283, over 1,000 points of gains. Top mover on the Nifty is SBI, 5% higher, BEL, 4.9% higher, HDFC Life, 3.5% higher. Eicher Motors and SBI Life are the other counters that are up over 3%. Nifty PSU Banking Index 3.5% higher. Financial services ends 2% higher. We also have the private banks that are up 1.5%. Realty space by 1.4% up, largely led by macro tech developers that ended almost 7.5% up in trade today. Mid caps also nearly 1% up in trade. That's a sharp improvement. And you can actually see the top mid-cap mover today was JSW Infra, 10% higher. Federal Bank, Hudco, Poonawalla FinCorp, Hindustan Zinc. These were the mid-cap movers of the day. Consumer durables, small caps, metals also shown bright. What did not participate? Autos. They are in the slow lane, 1.5% lower. Pharma, IT and FMCG also dragged a bit, but no worries. We'll take it what we got and we will see how the markets move in tomorrow's trading session. Now with that, we wrap up. Many thanks for being with us on this edition. Do stay tuned and happy Dhanteras from the entire team of Business Today Television.
Dharmesh ji, one very quick view on banking results. PNB, blowout performance. Bank of Baroda, fabulous performance. ICICI Bank, super fantastic. How do you see these three numbers that have come against the backdrop of huge disappointments in second quarter earnings? What is your view on private and public sector banks?
Actually, that's the beauty of the public sector banks nowadays. I mean, 10 years back, it was a different story. But now, since because of the conservative approach and a more stricter approach, in tough times, they are the ones